Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got another great eShop deals video for you right now. These games are all going to be higher than $10, so if you want to check out the really cheap deals, I'll make sure that there's a link to that other video at the end of this one. But don't be scared off by the higher price. Some of these are really phenomenal deals nonetheless. And sometimes you got to pay a little bit more for something really big and special.
That's what she said.
So let's go ahead and jump right into these games. First of all, we have Oddballers, which is hitting its first ever sale price, so obviously its lowest price ever, 25% off, bringing it down to $15. This is a really sort of goofy party game, all about dodgeball. It actually has online play for up to 6 people. I could not tell you if the community's there for it. It's only been out for a month, so it's possible that there's still some people to jump on and play it with. But personally, I think if you're going into this, you're going to want to make sure that you have people that are willing to play couch co-op with you. It's pretty well reviewed. It seems like a really good time for people who enjoy these sort of goofy party games. Immortals, Phoenix Rising, the Gold Edition. Now, this is the edition that has all the DLC. It is a phenomenal deal. Right now, it's hitting its new lowest price ever, 80% off for $19.99. Now, you can get the individual game by itself. Right now, also, that is not a new lowest price. It's sort of the standard price that it's been at. But if you're looking to jump in and just get all that this game can have to offer, this is definitely the best deal so far. Smurfs Kart is 33% off its lowest price ever. That's only $26.79. I would have never thought that Smurfs Kart would be in my deal videos, but you know what? This game came out and everyone was really surprised at how solid of a kart racer it is. And let's be honest, there's a lot of companies that sort of pump out these kart racers and they end up just being total junk, but this one actually seems like it has some really cool environments. The karting mechanics are really solid. It just sounds like a really solid kart racer. I haven't tried it yet. I'm probably waiting for a little bit cheaper, but I'm really still very tempted to pick this one up. Portal, the Companion Collection, is hitting its lowest price by far ever. It is 40% off, only $11.99. This is going to be one of the best reviewed games on the entirety of the Switch. It has Portal and, of course, Portal 2. I just can't believe at this point you can get both of these games for only $12 and be able to play them portably. I probably don't need to tell you much about the games. You probably know what they are. But my goodness, if you haven't ever played the Portal games, I would honestly just suggest jumping in totally blind and having one of the craziest gaming experiences you will ever have. Alan Wake Remastered is getting its lowest price ever, 33% off. That brings it down to $20.09. Now, I didn't think I'd be recommending this because this game was released in an absolutely abysmal state. But Switch Up did one of their videos where they talk about games that have received updates. And the good news is that this game now has a rock solid frame rate. That was a big problem with the initial release, is that it was sometimes dipping down into like 15 frames per second. You should know that it definitely still has sort of that Nintendo Switch port sort of Vaseline to it, where it's gonna still be a little bit fuzzy, but again, at least the actual frame rate performance is now rock solid. Gang Beasts is 45% off, bringing it down to only $6.49. This is one of my son's favorite games probably of all time. It's just a ridiculous online physics battling game, but it has up to 8-player online multiplayer. It is such a ridiculous game. You're just taking your character in, you choose however you want to dress them up, and you go into these arenas, and the whole point is to just beat up on the other guys and throw them off last man standing style. There are some other game modes in there that you can try out, but again, that main centerpiece is just a sort of battle royale style. I will tell you that I don't know if I can think of too many other games that have provided my son and I more laughs together than this one. Definitely, I wholeheartedly recommend it. Valkyrie Chronicles and Valkyrie Chronicles 4 bundle is hitting by far its lowest price ever, 70% off, only $11.99. This is another instance where I really just want to bring this to your attention because you might just see the individual games, and right now Valkyrie Chronicles 4 is $9 by itself, so it's like you might as well spend the extra and get both games. But these games are a really unique hybrid between a turn-based strategy game and a third-person cover-based shooter. I really enjoy these games quite a lot, and I will say that if you're normally sort of turned off by turn-based strategy games, I think the shooting mechanics in this one really might win you over. Jurassic World Aftermath Collection is at its lowest price ever. That is 20% off, bringing it down to $23.99. Now, this was previously a VR-only title. You can get it on the Quest or probably on PC, I'm assuming. But basically, you're making your way through Jurassic Park after it's basically been cleared out, and you're trying to escape these velociraptors that are hunting you down. And it all boils down to what is essentially a sort of survival horror experience. Now, whether or not you want to pick this up on VR or you want to pick it up on the Switch is really up to you, but I will say that I kind of think I'd actually prefer to play this on the Switch because I think that super immersive nature in a VR would almost be too much for me to handle in a game like this. So this might kind of lessen the stress a little bit and allow me to enjoy it more. Marsupalami Hub Adventure is at its lowest price ever, 60% off for only $11.99. This is a really rock solid sort of Donkey Kong Country style clone, maybe also a little bit of like a Rayman style clone. But it's been a while since it's gone on sale, and this is a really solid new low price for it. Definitely a beautiful, underrated little 2D platformer, definitely worth checking out at this price. Starlink Battle for Atlas Digital Edition. This game goes on sale plenty of times. No stress if you don't pick it up on this one, but it's been quite a while since I've mentioned it. I just wanted people to remember this game because I'm hoping we get another one. Or at the very least, I'm hoping that Ubisoft will give the next Star Fox game to this same development team because it is awesome. And just so you know, if you are buying the Nintendo Switch version, Star Fox is a character you can play as, and he's available right from the outset. So really, if you just change your frame of mind, this is basically a Star Fox game. But it has some really cool planet hopping mechanics. It's got a fluid system where you can take off from a planet, go directly into space, and go to another planet. Absolutely gorgeous visuals for the Switch. All kinds of crazy weaponry that you can add on and you can customize your ship. I will say that this is where I think maybe you should consider getting the deluxe edition. It's only a little bit more. It is currently 75% off for only $19.99. Unfortunately, this was one of those toys to life games, so a lot of the weapons were toys you could buy and you could actually add it onto your physical ship. But if you get the deluxe version, you're going to get just the digital version of a lot of those new pilots and new weaponry. That's the version I picked up, and I'm glad I did because it definitely gave me a lot more variety. Cuphead is back on sale for 30% off for $13.99. It is the quintessential toughest balls run and gun game. What else can I say about Cuphead? I think anyone who's into video games and knows about this, I will forewarn you, it is really difficult, and you should only jump into this if you like a super challenging game. But my goodness, is it beautiful to look at. Maybe you can find someone, if you're not into these games, that will play it for you, and you can just sit and watch them play it, or watch a live stream. I don't know. It's definitely a game you got to experience at least one time, at least from a visual standpoint. But super satisfying when you do get through bosses. So I kind of like that high challenge. I wouldn't want every game to be like it, but for Cuphead, it works. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, an amazing impossible Switch port, runs really well. It is matching its previous low, 50% off for $19.99. That is the base version of the game. I recommend you go ahead and make the $10 jump up to get the complete edition, which has all the DLC, and the DLC is extensive, adds a lot of game to it. So definitely, I would just say if you're interested in this, just make that extra $10 and pick up the complete edition. But a huge, massive, open world action RPG. If you like those style of games, you're going to absolutely adore this. River City Girls is back on sale, matching its previous low for $14.99. By far, absolutely one of the best beat 'em ups on all of Switch. River City Girls 2 came out recently. It's also really amazing, but it's pricey. It's like $40, I think. So if you've never played either game, this is still a good way to sort of jump into this new series. I say new series because, yes, it is a River City game, but it definitely has its own sort of self-contained feel for these particular games. Another beat 'em up, though, from the same publisher Way Forward, we have Dawn of the Monsters. This was by far one of my favorite games from last year. It is at matching its previous low, 30% off for only $20.99. Basically, it's Godzilla the beat 'em up. You can either choose from a Jaeger, which is just a big mech suit, or you can actually choose from a kaiju who's been reprogrammed to fight for you, and you're taking on all these other kaiju, and it's just amazing. Has a drop-dead gorgeous art style. I cannot say enough good things about this. Has RPG mechanics, so you can level up your character and learn new abilities. It's just an absolutely essential beat 'em up on the Switch if you're a fan of the genre. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 is matching its previous new low price of $15.99. That is 60% off. So this is the second time it's been that cheap. You can also pick up the deluxe edition, which is 60% off, bringing it down to $19.99. I will say, in this instance, the deluxe version sounds like it's mostly just some cosmetic things that you can add on. So probably not as much pressure there to pick up that deluxe version. Although I will say that it doesn't seem to be DLC you can buy later on, so you're going to have to judge whether or not you want that up front. This is another game, though, that as a Switch port just runs phenomenally. All these great classic Tony Hawk courses brought back to life with absolutely drop-dead gorgeous visuals. Definitely just a great game to have portably, though, because, I mean, you can just jump in, mess around on a course for a while for maybe 5-10 minutes if you got a little time to kill, and then jump right out. Diablo Prime The Evil Collection is, again, hitting its new lowest price of $19.79. That is 67% off. Again, this is another one of those sort of public service announcement sales. You probably already know what Diablo is, so I don't need to explain it to you, but this pricing structure is so bizarre because every time this goes on sale, Diablo 3 The Eternal Collection goes on sale, and Diablo 2. Diablo 2 right now is 13 bucks. Diablo 3 is 30 bucks. But this, for $20, has both the games. I don't understand it, but whatever. For cheaper than the price of buying the other game on sale, you can get both games. So make sure this is the way you go if you do. Melty Blood Type Lumina. It is hitting its lowest price ever, 40% off, only $29.99. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know anything about the history of these games. It's apparently based on some sort of popular visual romance novel series. The reviews for the Switch version are absolutely phenomenal. It's just a drop-dead, gorgeous 2D fighter. Actually uses a 3-button control scheme, so I think it's fairly simple if you want to get into it, but definitely has that sort of hidden layers of depth to it. But again, I can find nothing but completely positive reviews for this, so if you're looking for a great new 2D fighter to add to your collection, Melty Blood Type Lumina seems like it would fit the bill. Neon White is 20% off, only $19.99. This topped plenty of people's favorite games from last year, their top 10 lists. I still haven't gotten a chance to play it, but it really looks amazing. Basically, you play as these demons who have been brought up to heaven to rid the heaven of all these other demonic forces and monsters and whatnot. Has a unique combination where it mixes, again, the platforming with the gunplay and a card-based system that will bring up which weapons you can use. It sits at an 88 on Metacritic, so it's absolutely universally acclaimed. Definitely a great pickup for anyone who is a fan of both first-person shooters and platformers. Go ahead now if you haven't already and make sure that you hit that subscribe button with notifications on. Those notifications especially are going to help you because I do live stream frequently to show off new eShop games. Subscribing really helps a smaller channel like mine, so I really do appreciate it. So until next time, Tricksters, I hope you all have great gaming. Bye-bye.